Hey guys, how is everybody doing? I hope you guys are doing well. I'm still looking crazy, but I cannot wait to get my hair done, child. That's the only thing I hate about being on camera, child, but it is what it is. But y'all, let's get into it now. We were talking about the stolen Rolls Royce, okay? And I can call it the stolen Rolls Royce because the owner said that the car was stolen. Now, we're going to get into it because, as we talked about it before, we know that the judgment was issued in my last video. What we talked about is the attorney submitting expenses because now, although they lost, what the judge has to do is now say, hey, this is what you owe, right? So remember, if you guys recall, when we talked about the case, the amount of the judgment is going to be equal over all of the defendants, which means if one person pays it, it's satisfied, but it is one sum for everybody. But before we get into the video, y'all, I need you guys. What am I doing? Not that. Before we get into the video, I need you guys to hurry over on Snapchat and follow me. Everything is still at Lakeyshakeysha. Now, let's jump into this video.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
And let's quickly jump into it. This is going to be really quick because we pretty much went over the case. Now, let's get into it. Now, again, let me familiarize you guys with one other person that is a part of this case. So let's jump into it. So this guy's name is Curry. He goes by the name of Curry. Okay, you guys can see it. So if you don't remember, this is him. This is his Instagram. This is one of the defendants on this case with King. Now, if you guys are familiar with Married to Medicine, we've been talking about Married to Medicine some time. And King, which is Quad's boyfriend, is also a part of this particular lawsuit. He was sued. Now, Quad is not mentioned anywhere on this lawsuit. And simply, we're talking about, this case only because this man is on Married to Medicine. If he wasn't on Married to Medicine, we wouldn't really know who he is. So this is why we're talking about it. Now, we're going to quickly jump into it because it's really quick, really simple, straight to the point. Okay, so let's kind of get into it. What the heck is going on? Is it going to show up? What's going on? Oh, there it goes. Okay. So let me make it a little bit bigger, guys. So this is the judgment. Like I told you guys on my last few videos, go and look it up yourself if you want to, if you care. That is the case number. I decided to print this one specifically because it has Fulton County Magistrate State and Superior Court record search. You guys can go check it out. In fact, it is public record. Now, you guys know this is April Fool, but this is not an April Fool's joke. This is real Holyfield. If you guys can see the date on here is the 31st, which was yesterday. So this was filed by the judge yesterday. As I stated to you guys previously, the last court hearing, I believe, was the 26th. And on the 26th, the judge for the plaintiff, who is the owner that is suing these people, submitted the expenses, because typically in a situation where you're being sued, you now have to pay that person's legal expenses. And if you guys recall, they were high. I think it was like 160 something. So let's get into it. So Luxury Lease Company won. They got the judgment. It is against that guy. I just showed y'all his picture, Carlton Curry, Senior Carlton Curry, flipping Carlton the business, some lady named Janiqua Mason, who we don't know who she is. Then, of course, we have Quad's man, Kurt Andrew King, and then also his business, Atlanta Aesthetic and Luxury Car Rentals, LLC. Now, this is a real case. And you know what the owner said? Because somebody said that, Quad's man was also scammed. That is a lie, because if you go back and watch my last videos or whichever video when I talked about this, He was not even supposed to have this car. Okay, so let's get into it. Final order on damages. Upon this court having entered on an order granting a summary judgment to the plaintiff is the owner's attorney on March 12th, 2025, and a hearing on damages having been held before this court on March 26, 2025. So the last time they were in court was March 12th, 2025, at which times expenses were submitted. And again, what happens is you submit the expenses and the judge decides what is going to be included, and that's how it goes. And alter consideration of the evidence. The court incorporates herein its finding and fact and conclusions of law in its order and awards damages to the plaintiff and against defendants as follows. It is hereby ordered and adjudicated the judgment is granted in favor of the plaintiff and against defendants as follows. So all defendants. Here are the defendants again, just in case you forgot or just in case some of them thought that maybe they were not included. On count one, as to Carlton L. Curry Sr., Carlton Sr., and flipping with Carlton LLC, flipping jointly and severally in the principal amount of $396,478. Okay. What did I just say? I'm sorry. $396,478. What am I thinking? Okay. Accrued interest from June 1st, 2023 until March 25th, 2025 in the amount of $115,403.20. Now I had to re-add it up because originally I thought the judgment was for $396, but in total it is for $511,881. So we're going to estimate that to a cool $512,000. Okay. Now, what the judge also said is accrued interest in the amount of accrued interest from June 1st, 2023 until March 25th of 2025. Now that is the amount of $115,403.20. Now that is what made it the $511,881. So $511,000 and y'all get it. Okay. Now what they are also going to pay is interest. Now the interest is accruing at a 16%. Okay. This is what the judgment says. Now, this is the final judgment. Now, does this mean that they can or they can't appeal it? I mean, they can appeal it, but on what grounds? I mean, they didn't get a jury trial because what are we contesting here? So that is pretty much it, y'all, with regards to this case. And as I told you all before, this is a real case. This is a real case. You can Google it for yourself. Sometime I'll occasionally read the comments and, some, not you all, but some weirdos be, in the comments like, oh, that's fake. Now, I don't know, baby, if you can't read or what the case may be, but this is a real case. And again, if, check it out. If you don't have anything to do, check it out for yourself. But the total judgment is $511,881, $511,881. And that is it. And that is